Salakia Akim. Um, the screen went out, but as I was saying, Salak, Salakia. Yeah, as I was saying, this there's certain things that could be profitable for men that's for certain men, that might not necessarily be profitable for you, you know. Speak about that in Jude about how some men need to be saved with fear and some need to be saved with compassion. You know, some men need to hear this word in a certain type of way manner. Some need to hear it in another type of manner. You know, some need more feeding within the humility department. You know, some need more feeding within the meekness and the lowly department. You know, dealing with affliction department. You know, being temperate department. Some may need to be exhorted. You know, more. Admonished more. You know, this like that, and those things could be profitable for them. But some men just they might not have pleasure in in hearing those things all the time because that's not what their soul needs a lot of. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, I'm getting at the cross right. You know, let's go here. But point is, all every soul have not pleasure in the same thing. Just like I was touching on, just another example on that. Just to drive the point home a little bit more. You know, there there could be a brother who likes to wear fringes on all his shirts. Um, um, on all his clothes. Everywhere he go. But it's another brother who might not take pleasure in doing that. You know what I'm saying? Is either one of them wrong? You know what I'm saying? Like according to the law, we supposed to wear fringes. In the border of blue. So we can't really get mad at somebody for doing that. You know what I'm saying? But if somebody wanna walk with wisdom within the world, you know what I'm saying, and not be going to work or be seen everywhere with fringes, so they could bring attention to themselves. You know what I'm saying? Then that makes sense too. You know what I'm saying? But one of the men might take pleasure in having them fringes on. You know what I'm saying? That might be profitable for him. You know what I'm saying? Because it helps him feel better, help him sleep better at night. The other man might not. You know, just using that as an example. But let's keep going. Um, this Proverbs chapter 10 verse 2. It says, "Treasures of wickedness profit nothing, but righteousness deliver from death." Yeah, so treasures of wickedness don't profit you nothing, man. You know, you can have you a few $1 million, man, millions of dollars, billions of dollars, man. You know, but if you got that through being wicked, or if you got that and you're wicked, you know, it's not gonna profit you nothing, man. You know, you could have obtained all this personal glory. You could have attained all these accolades. You know, you could have attained all these achievements, all this respect. But if you've been doing wickedness within that, you know, that's you're not gonna be rewarded in full. That's not gonna be fulfilled for you. The only thing that is gonna profit you something is righteousness. That's the only thing that's profitable. Which let's get what righteousness is. And it's matter of fact, let's look it up on Google. Look it up. Let's get the etymology for righteousness. Righteousness. Salakia. I mean, Salakia. Didn't mean to type that. Bear with me. Salakia. Let's get it. Here we go. Righteous. Wise way or manner. genuine or excellent. Let's see if we get some more on that. Characterized by or proceeding from accepted standards of morality or justice. You know, so morality and justice. You know, that's righteous. That's righteousness. Uh, being ethically and morally correct. Being courteous, being wise in your ways and manners. You know, which we know pertaining to James the third chapter. There's a wisdom that's from above, and a wisdom that's from beneath. You know, which the wisdom that's from beneath is not righteousness. You know, but the wisdom that's from above sows righteousness. You know, let's go to Wisdom of Solomon 1. This Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 11. It says, therefore beware of murmuring, which is unprofitable. So murmuring is unprofitable. You know, matter of fact, let's get murmuring. See what we get for that. Murmuring. Murmuring. Murmuring, expression of popular discontent or complaint by grumbling. So complaining, or expression of being discontent, grumbling, you know what I'm saying? Trouble, argument, you know, that's unprofitable, man. You know what I'm saying? Like always questioning, things, or backbiting, or speaking about if something is right or wrong when it's when it's written plain as day. You know what I'm saying? They're complaining about having to operate in a certain type of manner. You know what I'm saying? Or if you Habashima shot distinctly say something. You know what I'm saying? Or a man that Yahweh Shema Shah has set up says something, you know what I'm saying, and you complain about it or grumble about it, that's unprofitable. That's not gonna do nothing for you. That's not gonna benefit you. That's not gonna benefit you. It says, therefore beware of murmuring, which is unprofitable, and refrain your tongue from backbiting. It says, refrain our tongues from backbiting. For there is no word so secret that shall go for naught. For the mouth that bellieth slayeth the soul. So, and they're going to that Matthew 12 and 36. When it says, by thy words thou should be justified, and by thy words thou should be condemned. So we got to be real careful on what we speaking, because the 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 things that we say could either profit us death or could profit us life. There's no word that goes for naught. In the mouth that bellieth, pretty much, speak of itself, it slayeth the soul. Which we ain't trying to be slain out here. Let's go to Matthew 5. Matthew 5 verse 29. It says, and if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. It says, and if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out. It says, and cast it from thee, for it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not thy whole body should be cast into hell. Yeah, so sometimes it's best to take stuff on the chin. Take a loss. you know, because there's a loss that's turned into gain, like we read earlier, you know, or you know, it sometimes it's cool to not do something because not doing something could be profitable for you later, although it may seem like it's it could be profitable for you now, you know. It says, and if thy right hand offend thee, cut it off and cast it from thee, for it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not thy whole body should be cast into hell. Yeah, so you know we just gotta move real carefully, you know. We gotta, you know, walk that tightrope, you know. And if we're being offended, you know, which offense could be a stumbling block. If something's put in our way, you know, just cut it off. Just cut it off. You know what I'm saying? If something has become a stumbling block until you cut it off, you know, and and keep going. You know what I'm saying? Rather than uh you know allowing that to be something that uh you know takes you down a dark path, you know, just cut it off, you know. Instead of trying to mix and mingle it, you know. This Matthew chapter 16 and verse 26, it says, for what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? Yeah, it says, for what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world? So you can gain the whole world out here, you know, and lose your own soul. That's why I say we just read in Matthew the 5th chapter about, you know, cutting off your right hand if it offend thee, you know. And you know, if your right hand, you know, is leading you to something that could you know bring forth detriment unto you, then you know just cut it off, you know. It says, for what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? You know, there's nothing you can give in exchange for your soul, you know. There's nothing you can give in exchange for your soul. Why? Because Yahweh Shah owns your soul, you know. So that's not yours to make an exchange with in the first place, you know. But you can gain it all. You can gain it all here, you know. You can gain all the knowledge. You can gain all the wisdom. You can gain all the accolades, you know, but lose your own soul. So what the hell is that profited you at the end of the day, you know? That's why keeping our souls is important, you know. Keeping our spirits intact is vital, you know. Let's go here to Hebrews 13 and 9. It says, be not carried about with diverse and strange doctrines, Salakia, for it is a good thing that the heart be established with grace, not with meats, which have not profited them which that have been occupied therein. You know, let's get the word meats. Salakia, meats. Is not what I want. Let me see if I can get more on Google. Let's go to this one. Meat, food, nourishment. Which we know doctrines can be likened unto food. Which it feed the flock, which goes into nourishing them. You know, so and that's through giving them words. You know, giving them knowledge, different doctrine and philosophy. You know, it says, for it is a good thing that thy heart be established with grace, and that's the key thing about it. Our minds being established with grace. The favor of Yahweh Shemi Al, the mercy and the pity of Yahweh Shemi Al. That's the key thing, just keeping our minds established with that, not, having our minds established with is this right or is this wrong, or traditions of men, or how we should move. you know those things can't profit us nothing. The things that's gonna profit us something is if we receive the grace of Yahweh Shema Shah, and if we give that back, you know give that grace back. you know those the things that are profitable. you know let's jump down to 17. Let's start at 16. I sent this to the brothers the other day. This was a heavy scripture. I remember reading it. This Hebrews 13:16 says, "But to do good and to communicate, forget not, for with such sacrifices Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is well pleased." So that's something that's profitable, is doing good and communicating good. Communicating good and doing good. Those are sacrifices that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is well pleased with. So those things are profitable. you know, Communicating good in all things. You know, Matter of fact, let's get that word, communicate. Communicate. Communicate, fellowship, association, joint participation, intercourse, fellowship, intimacy, being intimate, having good intimacy with our brothers and our people. That's that's a sacrifice that's accepted by Yahweh Shemi Shah. A gift jointly contributed, a collection, a contribution, is exhibited an embodiment and proof of fellowship. Oh, wow! In Strong's definition, it literally says benefication. Communion, distribution. So giving out a good word, giving out benevolence and compassion and mercy and grace to others, which is example of doing good, pertaining to Titus the 3rd chapter, which Lord willing I can get it. These are sacrifices that Yahweh Shema Shah is well pleased with, and those things are profitable. Verse 17, it says, "Obey them that have the rule over you, and submit yourselves, for they watch for your souls, as they that must give account, that they may do it with joy and not with grief, for that is unprofitable for you." So if you got someone that's a head over you, you know what I'm saying, and it's a certain order within your camp, or someone who is watching over your soul, or if it's a certain order that you're under, you know what I'm saying, and someone is watching for your soul, you gotta submit yourself unto them. So why that they don't they can give account of you with joy and not with grief. Why? Because that's unprofitable for you, not for them. That's unprofitable for you to do that. That's gonna hurt you. You know, you gotta do things that's unprofitable. I mean, so like you gotta do things that's profitable. That's unprofitable. To not obey those who had a rule over you. Of course, that's when it's according to scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't gonna, if those who are ruling over you or not are telling you to do something that's adverse to the scriptures, you're not gonna do it. But you're gonna submit yourself to them and give them reverence. You know what I'm saying? So they could give account of you with joy, not with grief. You know, because that's unprofitable for you. Bucking up. You know, this Romans chapter 2 and verse 25. It says, for circumcision verily profitable if thou keep the law, but if thou be a breaker of the law, thy circumcision is made uncircumcision. You know, so even you could be receive circumcision. You know what I'm saying? But that can't even profit you. You know what I'm saying? If you break the law, which we all been breakers of the law. We all been breakers of the law. You know, so the thy circumcision is made uncircumcision. You know, so circumcision don't even like you getting circumcised, which if you're not circumcised, there's nothing wrong with being circumcised, but that's not gonna profit you nothing unless you a keeper of the law, which ain't nothing. If we was judged by the deeds of the law, all of us would get put to death. So that's definitely not gonna profit us. You know, it's the circumcision of the heart that matters. You know, we had to be circumcised in mind and spirit. That's what's profitable for us. You know, let's go here to James. This James chapter 2 verse 14 says, "What doth it profit, my brethren, though a man say he have faith and have not works? Can faith save him?" Yeah, so you can have faith and that can still not profit you. We read it in First Corinthians the 13th chapter about how you can have faith to remove mountains. Plus in Hebrews the 11th chapter they tell you how without faith it's impossible to please Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know, but if you don't have works to go with that faith, that's not gonna profit you nothing. So you're not gonna please Yahweh Shem Yahushua if you have faith and you don't have works to go with it. You know,